talking about 2012, what's going to happen,
Yes.
is there for children?
Yes.
Okay.
I would strongly advise you to look at it. I'm going to actually put this up on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's not to scare you. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing is a lot of fear, and that was actually I'll address it now.
Okay.
Fear is the biggest component of 2012. Are you finding that fear is actually mounting in your lives? You're fearful of your job, you're fearful of people are going to be fearful of even people of different skin color, of cultures, of race, everything else. These are going to be, I'm afraid, manifesting. What really happened last year on 13th and 14th of March last year was a huge energy shift, okay? And that's when the 2012 energy started coming in. What we're experiencing, and I don't mean to go over your heads on this one, but it's really to do with physics. Do you realize that there are more dimensions than the ones that we know?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not one or two.
10.
No,
More?
a few hundred.
Wow.
Okay, and that's how I work. I work in those dimensions, but they aren't. What I'm trying to show you and tell you is that 3 major dimensions are being weaved in and kind of walked in, integrated into our society. That's why you're seeing a lot of huge shifts even in the earth. Have you noticed, and I did predict this 2 years ago, that the Ring of Fire, which is the earthquake zone from Japan, Australia, the Philippine Islands, and then coming over to Alaska and California, we've never been this active before. If you notice the USGS site, don't take my word for it. I do not want you to take my word for it. I want you to question. I want you to get online and research it, okay, yourself. We've been very active. It's been in a lull, it's a quiet zone at the moment, but it's going to start acting up. And I said this in a predictions video last year or the year before, that the earthquakes are coming from upward, going down to San Diego, Mexico, and then now it's weaving up. And if you watch, the past earthquake activity is coming back up north again. All right, so I hate to say it, every big large earthquake on the other side, on the Ring of Fire, is going to be impacted here. It's not to scare you, it's to warn you to be prepared, okay? Anyway, we'll go into that another time. But, all right, let me get into it. Other than, who here, since last September, it really started in August last year, who here has been feeling dizzy, not ditzy, dizzy? Really, as if, you're walking and then suddenly as if you're floating? Guess what? You guys are all the emotionals. All right? Don't tell me you're not, because, by the way, I tell my students and my fiancé, you can't lie to me. He gets nervous. Okay? But basically, those are why you are more so susceptible to feeling the shifts of energies. Every time you get dizzy, what you're doing is feeling the energy. Everything is energy. And this is what I'm going to be bringing in the book, is that a bit of physics, Einstein too. But basically, do you realize everything is energy? Paper is energy. How can I read you? I read you through energy. All right? You exist in energy. Your body is part of energy. Did you know that? Good. That's a bright one. So anyway, basically, everything is energy. So therefore, we are being impacted with this huge shift of energies. And whether you believe it or not, this new folding, and I will get more into detail in the book, is folding in, where the children are going to be experiencing far more like this one actually does. She sees a lot of things, doesn't she? Her dream. Do you see in your dreams, you go and play? You have lots of colourful dreams, don't you? Oh. Yeah, I know. It's just, but I see that because how I do it is I send it's like a radar. I can just pinpoint anybody and talk. So anyway, basically, she's one of them, you're both one of them. You're a bit more of a logic. You need to question everything, don't you? Yes. Question everything, right? You can't lie to me. So basically, he will, but he's very good. Do you sometimes hear messages? Hear messages. You're a clear audio. Okay? That's why. And he goes and researches it. He's always on the internet, isn't he?
Yes.
Researching.
Scientific.
Very scientific.
Yes.
But that's good because he's got a weaving. This is what's happening even to adults like us. And it's not to say, oh, the children just have it. We are being changed. You aren't here as a coincidence, okay? You are literally being opened up more to the possibilities that things are going to happen far more rapidly. Who's noticing that time's going up quickly? And don't say it's because you're getting older. I don't believe that. It is scary, isn't it? Can you believe it's already the new year? And I swear it was 2 months ago. It was far, it was only New Year last year. Okay, time is going to be quicker, and there is a class, but it's the last class I teach to anybody who's managed to do 17 or 18 classes, is how to expand time, if you can. So basically, have you also noticed, as part of, and I'm putting a huge, it's about 30 signs I'm giving you in the book that show you that it is actually that signs are already manifesting. And I hate to say this, but have you noticed in the news or even from friends, I hate to say, that there have been a lot of suicides? I have been inundated with calls from September last year. It kind of waned after April, but I hate to raise suicidal attempts. I'm not allowed to tell you what to do. It is your life. I can guide you, but those suicides are people who are emotionals, who felt lonely and isolated, and they know that there's this huge change is coming, but they didn't know what to do with it. Okay, now this is fun. Here we go. I'm going to ask you another question. Who in this audience has had people who are logics in their life and they're driving you crazy? They are unreasonable, they're snappy, they're argumentative. I'm surprised just one had. Yeah, logics who are just driving you up the bend, overreacting, and just argumentative generally. Do you know why?
Why?
The emotions are going to go the other way on this one, and again in the book I'll expand, but the logics, why? Is because they can't make sense of it. They're trying to find logical reasons why they're feeling and why everything is changing so rapidly. Do you understand? And that's why they're getting aggravated, and they don't want to hear that there is a spiritual rationale for it. Do you understand? So therefore they're actually fighting themselves and getting angry and and you are, guess what, you are in their part of their energy, so you're interacting with them, and they're going to attack the first person they see, and guess what, it's you. You understand?
I was going to ask you, when does the pole shift change?
Okay, I was going to bring that up, and that's a huge thing, but I'm going to finish this. In the book, I'm going to give you little things to counter what you're going to experience. Quickly, for the logics in your life, what you have to do is visualize a dark brown, anybody who's been to my classes, I do this incredible exercise, which is, I put on CDs now, but it literally, visualize yourself connecting with spirit, and the dark brown, which is earth, okay, positive, and you send the energy down through your body, and then actually go down to the core. And actually, people who are emotionals, who are, getting really as if they're high or something, literally, every time you feel that, do the ground yourself in the earth like that with a huge beam of brown, okay? So that will actually negate. Now for the logics, okay? For the logics, I want you to put yourself in a blue, like a ball of blue. And what happens is blue actually negates, and I'm making my own word up here, but this is what I'm using. It denegitizes you, okay? Any kind of negativity that's coming to you, which is from a logic, anger, aggravation, unreasonable attitude, it gets actually deleted when it goes into your field of blue. So it's you and your hair, and you're putting yourself in a ball of blue, and it comes right into you, okay? So it comes into, but it dissolves, all right? So that's the best advice. I'll be putting this all in the book, all right?
And that has to do with the news and all the garbage that we get from the media.
Oh yeah, but if you insist on believing, this is one of my biggest beef, and I know the president of one of the NBC4, I actually filmed at some of their studios, and I not exactly attacked him, he was actually a bit more open to it. But that is what they do. They love hype, they love fear, they breed on it. And that is why I would advocate strongly that you do not watch the news if you want to stay sane. Now, what happens in 2012?